So many people out there fail, not because they don't have the ability, it's because they don't have the heart to go through adversity.
What do you do when your battle chooses you? What do you do when something shows up on your doorstep that you did not directly cause, choose, or definitely anticipate?
Sometimes you forget who you are. If everyone doesn't get your vision, it's because God didn't give your vision to everybody. The last thing you want to do is get to the final chapter and say, who could I have been? And what could I have done had I given that dream a chance? It's too late now. I can't get out the rocking chair, but man, who would I have been?
If you didn't withdraw in fear from anything from everything that life threw at you, who could you become?
The last thing you want is to be left with memories of things you didn't do. Do it. Play big. Play strong. Fly or fall. Just do it. I was just being interviewed by Mind Valley and said, how are you so successful? I said, because I failed more than others. I know I always got one more get up than my failure. And so I stopped by to ask you just what happens when you set your voice free.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. But honestly, I bought into it. I bought into the meditation. I bought into the deeper connection that exists within the game. And so when you watch our teams, or you watch any of Phil's teams, the Chicago teams, Game 6 against Utah, you watch our games, Game 7 against Boston, we were never rattled, ever. Because we're always in the moment, always in the present, always extremely calm, always looking at the reality of the situation and not letting our emotions cloud our execution. And that comes from being in that meditative state that he would teach and preach from day one.
Listen to me, don't keep calling me and telling me you're gonna get on the dean's list. Do me a favor, don't tell me you're gonna be on the honor roll. Shut up, go to work and show me what you got. What are the rituals that'll get you there? What would you need to do differently each morning if you're gonna be that kind of energy, that kind of strength? How often would you work out? What days would you work out? What time? A ritual is something you do consistently, usually at a specific time, so it becomes automatic. Willpower doesn't last, but rituals can last a lifetime.
Hustle is putting it all on the line. Hustle is waking up one day, the day before you die, and realizing you gave it your all into the parenting of your children, the building of your businesses, the philanthropy that you wanted to do. Whatever you define, it's just, all in.
I bet you have some rituals in your life right now you've been doing for years, even though some of them don't serve you. I'm just saying, wake yourself up. If you want a new year and a new life, you don't need to start on January 1st. Start today and just begin to see what happens and see how easy it is to just do a few little rituals. Don't do them all, just do 2 or 3 new things. And you know what happens? You'll get momentum. Because once you discipline yourself in one area of your life, you feel yourself doing it in other areas as well. There's always 2 pains in life. There's the pain of discipline, or there's the pain of regret. And discipline weighs ounces, as my friend Jim Rohn taught me. Regret weighs tons. You don't have regret. So right now, what do you want to change? What's it really like? What are the rituals that got you there? That'll take a little homework. If you're not sure, ask the people around you. They'll tell you what your rituals are. What do I really want in depth? What are the rituals that'll get me there? And then get yourself to start a few of those actions and lock them in place.
You gotta set the example. You gotta set the example. This is another obstacle. This obstacle cannot define me. It's not gonna cripple me. It's not gonna be responsible for me stepping away for the game that I love. I'm gonna step away on my own terms. And that's when the decision was made that, you know what, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
This is the end. You're gonna lose everything. You won't come out of this. You're not smart enough. You're not bright enough. Those are the kind of voices that we all live with.
When you have a dream, the one thing you have to watch out for are those out there that'll try to crush your dream. And you cannot allow that to happen. That is your biggest challenge. So I challenge you to have your dream, go after it with all you have, and be legendary in your own right.
I'm just thinking how funny it is where I'm gonna be tomorrow morning and my competition still drinking down their fears and they're, trying to escape their current reality, Friday night party. So they're gonna go out there and party it up and everything else to find some relief to the stressful life they live in. That's a both temporary relief. I'm working tonight for a permanent relief. That's why I laugh. I laugh at how much further I'm getting ahead of it.
I switch my mind to something else. I switch my mode into something else, right? For me, it's the equivalent of Maximus, Decimus, Meridius, and Gladiator picking up the dirt, smelling the dirt. It's go time.
Extraordinary mindset. You are determined to make the impossible possible. You are determined to make the unbelievable believable. You are determined to do more each and every day than an average person will do in a whole week. You are determined to do more in a month than an average person does in a whole year.
I want to see my better now. I believe that the divine that I serve, the divine that you may serve, I believe that we're supposed to have happiness now, joy now. I believe that my truth is supposed to be spoken. And guess what? I believe that my truth changes from season to season. And I get to redefine who I am in my truth, and so do you.
But when I'm in that cage, bro, don't fucking touch me. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone.
The only belief that matters is that if I put energy and effort into getting better, I actually will get better. And so you can look at anything and say, okay, maybe I suck at this right now, which was the key realization from my life. Okay, I actually am not good. Like, my father-in-law wasn't crazy. I really wasn't anywhere useful for his daughter at that time. My mom wasn't crazy. I really was lazy. So she was just picking up on the fact that I was tremendously lazy. She wanted me to be successful, but she was just looking at my behavior. And so I hadn't been misidentified. People just didn't calculate how much I could change, and that I would so grasp onto the ability to change as an emotional life raft. And so the big switch was that I decided to believe that I could get better. And once I made that decision, it aligned my behaviors with skill acquisition. And that's all life is. Acquire skills.
And and then my competitiveness inside was like, no, I'm gonna do something in the next 20 years that is better than these last 20. You might not understand that. I'm doing that.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't F around, I don't party, I don't go out. Am I lame for that? Absolutely. To be lame in the eyes of somebody I would never want to be like is nothing but an absolute success.
Are you willing to do it again? And that was one of Kobe's favorite words when it related to winning. He says, you have to be obsessed with whatever your win is. Be all in.
Or challenging themselves to do the best job that they think they can do. That's what I'm there for, is for them to constantly look in the mirror and self-assess and challenge themselves.
What does it look like? What does it look like for you to not worry about how you look, but to be responsible for how you make people feel? What would life look like? What would it look like if you can love the unlovable? What would it look like? What would it look like if you spent every day working to blow your own mind?